morning. It is 6:37. Shit, shower, shave, coffee, answer all my emails, check on the business, do all kinds of stuff, and at 6:37 I'm out here and I'm going to apply some growth regulator across the street and a barbed lawn. Why? Because as you can see, man, this looks so good. As you can see, there's a nice dew on the lawn, and this is when you want to put it out. You want to wake up early one morning, put out some growth regulator. It'll stick to the foliage of the grass, and then later in the day, it'll eventually start to drop down to the base, and that's how you put it on. Man, look at that. Is that just cool or what? What a great looking sky. If you don't wake up for sunrises, man, you don't know how to live. Here's why I love using spreaders early in the morning. This is Barb's lawn. But can you see the exact marks? I can see, let me give you an example. I can see that my particles are dropping 2.5 feet away from my spreader. And so look at my lines. Not to have, I just barely an overlap, but you can see these lines. And it's so easy to get perfect coverage. So, first thing on the agenda, the good witch just pulled up. Woo! I gotta change the blade on my edger. And then I'm gonna edge out front. And then she's gonna cut out front. Then I think after you cut out front, I'm going to go out back and I'm going to cut the green, and then I'm going to have her do a little bit of work on prepping up the tomatoes, and we have to vacuum the pool. Jacob's coming over at 1. He's got to cut probably at least 2 if not 3 of the yards over there, and then at some point this week we got like trim hedges, and we need to power wash the driveway, and it's like, I don't think I'm ever going to get this all done.
Busy next couple days, but it's fun.
It's pretty busy. Well, like I always say, any idiot can cut a square putting green, but to cut a round putting green, especially with sloping sides, it takes a master. It takes a master cutter of the green. Here's a smart idea. I got a little fan in here, inside my tool shed. So if the boys get warm, I can just, cool them off. Man, this makes such a difference in here. Let's see. This morning so far, up at 4:55 a.m., I answered 35 emails for my business, working with a lot of overseas customers. Then, what did I do? Then I had to go over to my warehouse. Then I had a meeting with my attorney for an hour this morning at 9 o'clock. I came back here. I edged the front. Jesse's cutting the front. I'm cutting the green. We need to vacuum the pool. Jacob's coming over. We got to cut barbs. He's got to cut the world's worst. We need to work on this tomato patches over here, changing that soil. We need to trim hedges. That'll never get done today. Dude, it's like a full-time job out here. Oh, pool boy. Pool boy. Oh, no. Pool boy almost busted his ass. Pool boy almost busted his ass. Remember the 40 pounds of tomatoes that we gathered up the other day? I gave Barb like half of it. And I got back a jar of salsa. Yummy, yummy. Now it's pool cleaning time, pool vacuuming. So I always keep my chlorine really high, the level. I don't know if you can see that or not. I keep my chlorine pretty strong in this because I'd rather have someone risk a little too much chlorine rather than I would any bacteria or germ. So my chlorine is pretty strong, but this is a saltwater pool, so it doesn't really feel that strong to you. I gotta check my salt levels. I'm backwashing my filter system now. I'll hook up all my hoses, and then Jess knows how to vacuum this, so I'm gonna have her vacuum it. Right now, she is, I don't know if you can see her or not, back there in the garden. She's back there, and what we're doing over there is we're putting tomatoes where the peas were, and then we're going to replace the old tomatoes in the beds with new tomatoes this week. And then we're going to test the soil, send the soil samples off to Clemson. Lots of stuff to do. So. I turned the music on for my pool girl. She back here dancing. Linda, who's here, Linda? Jacob's here. Now we got to cut the other way. All right, so I had to spend 20 minutes lubing up the True Cut. It's the only thing I hate about it's one of the things I hate about the True Cuts is they are grease hogs. You got to grease them almost every single time. And then the grease leaks out of them, so you got to wipe down all the grease, otherwise you get grease marks on your yard. If you have a True Cut, you know what I'm talking about. Here's the one nice thing about a McLean. This is what your reel sits on, by the way. They call these a pork chop. It's on the side of your McLean, and it's an enclosed bearing system. That's why you don't have to grease it. So that right there, see it? That's your enclosed bearing system. And that's why you don't have to grease them. There's almost no maintenance. See, because once you start to get long, and if it gets away from you at all, you can see where you're getting some of these, they're not scalp marks, they're just hard cut, where you get down to the meat of the grass, and that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to firm it up some. But unfortunately, with all this rain, we didn't have a choice. Your pool girl. It looks good though, man. What a difference a clean pool makes. Crystal clear clean. So I'm assuming you're out of hose?
Almost.
All right, and I'll switch her out. So basically I got to switch from here down to that one. Getting tired of this, I'm just going to order a new hose, a longer hose. Sort of the same situation here. With all this rain, we haven't been able to get out here and cut this. So it have the same thing. We got a lot of clippings. We got some yellow areas going on. It's just tough when you start to get rain out here, man. It's just hard. I may have to go get the deer and actually come suck up some of these clippings. It's just getting to be too much. So I wasn't wanting to do this, but I got to get the deer out, put the bags on it. I need to go over there and suck up all these clippings. But man, it just got out of hand. Now that lawn did have some growth regulator put on it, about 2 pounds, but it's common Bermuda, and I think I need to hit it again. I'm gonna just torch the living crap out of it. So, just when you think your day is done, problems come up. Because of all this rain delays, there's so many clippings, I had to grab the deer and go bag up clippings over here. It was just horrible. So I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow morning, now the world's worst is common Bermuda, and I put 2 pounds of growth regulator on it. I'm going to go hit it with another 2 pounds. Then we're going to come out to barbs, and I'm probably going to hit barbs with close to 2.5. I'll probably do 3 pounds because she's got a lot of common over there. That is almost one of the bumpiest yards I've ever cut right there. It just beats the living heck out of you. But it looks decent. Again, 90% weeds when we took this over. Okay, busy day part 20. So I went to Walmart this morning. Actually, I went to Lowe's, and all their tomato plants looked like they had some kind of disease on them. So I was like, oh man. So I had to go by Walmart and pick a couple things up, and guess what? Walmart was getting ready to throw away their tomatoes, and they had them for like $2 a piece, and they actually looked pretty good. So I bought 12 plants. So we're going to plant 12 new tomato plants out here. So again, we've got the chicken feed compost here. We've got that new corn-based product over here. And what I did is I took some of the corn because it's so hot, and I've been mixing it in over here, and this is where we're going to put some more tomato plants over here. All right, so I've got those 6 planted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna go plant. I think I got 6 more for these beds over here. Then I'm gonna let the Good Witch put hay straw on them. I'll put my cages on them. Who knows what's gonna happen. So don't forget, what we did in these gardens is we put a channel down the middle. And so now what I have to do is mix all that other dirt into it before I plant. So the Good Witch is back here cutting the grass, and I'm planting my $2 tomato plants, the second wave. The second wave, and not COVID. Tomato second wave. So if you don't follow, every year we lose our tomatoes and we do a second wave. So you go to Walmart and you wait till they're about to throw them out. You can buy them for $2 a plant. They're normally $6 plants. So I bought 12 of them. I'm gonna put 3 in here, bigger spacing to allow more airflow this time. And then over here, we took out all the peas and we put 6 more in. So now I took soil out of, I took super compost. I took the Humichar super compost out of those bins and I mixed it in with each one of these plants. My concern is this. My concern is that this is the normal compost right here in bin number 1. The second bin over there is the really hot stuff that I use, this corn-based product that we put a lot in there, and it was still hot up until a couple of days ago. I don't know, it may kill those tomatoes, it's so potent. It may, I mean, who knows, we'll see. But, because I'll tell you what I think happened with my peppers. So we planted peppers in this super compost, and I really think that it was so strong that it was stunting their growth, like the high phosphorus or something. And now that it's sort of chilled out, the peppers have just exploded. And like each plant has like 7 green peppers on it. And I'm pulling them every day, thank God, because I love green peppers. First cherry tomatoes of the year. You want one?
Sure.
They good?
Those turned out good.
Wow. Mine was almost sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And what did you do with your tomatoes? She took home like, what, 25 pounds of tomatoes?
Almost. So they've been turned into a tomato sauce, bruschetta, tomato soup, and then a tomato bacon jam.
Of course, which I didn't get any of.
Not
Barb,
yet.
Barb was nice enough to bring me a jar of salsa from my tomatoes I gave her. Oh, it's so good. We had it on salad last night. It was so good. But anyways, so this will be the second wave of tomato crops. I'm thinking if this holds up, we can probably get another 80 pounds of tomatoes out of here. Tomatoes, fresh local tomatoes are $2.50 to $3 a pound. So multiply it out. You're pulling $200 worth of tomatoes out for what I spent like 25 bucks on the tomato plants. And I can come out here every night, like every night lately for my salads. I've been coming out and I've been picking cucumber, fresh peppers, fresh tomatoes, and then grilling some squash. So it's kind of like,
You're spoiled.
what's a good supermarket?
Yeah,
Like
literally.
what's the popular one where they have those bags, those crazy bags? With Trader Joe's.
Oh, Trader Joe's.
It's kind of like having my own Trader Joe's in my own backyard. Just come out here and pick all your produce that you want every day. Because you're now at Trader Doc's. We're at Trader Doc's.
There you go.
A good witch, she trains animals. Look at that, but don't move. She's casting a spell on butterflies.
It's been hanging out with me for
That is
like
so
a
funny.
good while.
Look at that. Hello, butterfly. Don't mess with the Jack Russell. The Jack Russell will eat you. Leave it, Cassie. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. That was close.
On her nose. That would have been really cute.
So, what's going on there, Doc? These are my soil samples. So, these are the samples we're getting ready to send off to Clemson. Let them dry out and send them in. This is on the Humichar Super Compost. Should be interesting. If you click subscribe, you get to see the results. If not, you don't get to see them. No results for you. Is this 24 or 48 hours later? I don't know. Man, it was a bunch of work. I'm exhausted. In kind of summary, front yard looks great. Barb's yard looking pretty good. Test patch over there looking amazing. That looks amazing over there. I would say by far the best this yard has ever looked. Again, these two boxes produced right about 100 pounds of tomatoes on the first wave. Plant a second wave, and then we'll have another round come in. Cherry tomatoes, green peppers, pulled the peas, planted more tomatoes over there because that's more air circulation. Still have lots of squash and zucchini. Now that's pretty good looking right there. That's really good looking. If you don't think nature is absolutely amazing, look at the size of this leaf. Look at the size of that thing. That's crazy. So that was a long 2 days because it was all catch-up work. We had so much going on between growth regulators, cuttings, tomatoes, everything going on. Hopefully we can chill. We got to get, today's Friday. The girls are coming over. We're going to power wash the driveway, and that's probably, I'm caught up and I can just sort of chill for a while. Thank God. 24.